Thomas! It's up for grabs now!
Magic ball from Bergkamp to Patrick Vieira!
Oh, would you believe it? Oh, right, what a way to get it!
Fabulous solo goal by Thierry Henry.
Champions.
What do you want to try putting our? You want to try putting our faces back on the screen?
How are you,
What?
man? You good?
Is that your intro? Is that it?
I was somewhere else, and because I had the thing playing in the background as well, and I just
Sorry, guys.
hi
this is
everyone. Do you
Extremely
want to take it
unprofessional.
away, Lev?
Oh, it's me taking it away now, is it? Hello
Yeah,
from
go on.
Poland. Hello, Pavel. Welcome to the Arsenal Lounge. I know we've been away for a little while. I've been ill for the last few weeks. That's the reason I haven't been on. I've lost my voice, I had a cough, all sorts, but I'm back. And Shaheen is back as well with his tactics board and up to date as usual and bang on it as usual. How you doing, bro? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. It's just been busy
Yeah.
time for me, and yeah, it's good to be back. We haven't done this for a while. A lot has happened since we've done
Yeah.
the last show. So last time we did the show, I think everybody started to have a go at us. That were negative and this and that. So
I'm not too fussed about that shit, to be honest with you.
let's see what will unfold today.
Well, I did watch it back, and some of it did come across a little bit negative. Not going to lie, but like I think what it is we just want it to be right. That's all. But like at the end of the day, you know, there's been some positive stuff going on in both the transfer window and pre-season. I mean, obviously it's only pre-season, so I don't want to get too carried away with it like some do. But what's your take? I mean, look, we don't know who's hosting this, so we just have a chat like we would normally. I mean, what have you been seeing over the last couple of weeks?
Well, not a lot really. If I'm being honest with you, I'm happy with Zinchenko signing.
I think it's a good signing.
Yeah, it is a good signing. We always said that we need a left back, a backup left back for Chiellini. The only thing that I'm intrigued about is if Thomas Partey and Tierney both are fit, is he going to be on bench?
That's my question too. What have we bought him for? Has he been bought as left back cover, or has he been bought to play centre midfield? Because I've been speaking to likes of Tom and a few others who seem to feel that will probably be.
I don't think
position.
I don't think he's going to drop Xhaka for him.
You don't think so? You
happening.
still think he's going to start Xhaka?
Yes, 100%.
I don't. Do you know what? I have my doubts on that, and I'll tell you why. Why would Zinchenko leave Man City to come to us with the World Cup looming as well? Like he's obviously come right. So he's come for more game time. How is he going to get more game time? Say, for example, if Tierney doesn't get injured, right? Unless he's playing instead of Tierney. But if Tierney doesn't get injured and Partey, Xhaka doesn't, starts and Partey don't get injured, where does he start?
I think you will see Zinchenko playing midfield, maybe at early stages in Europa League, Carabao Cup, things like that. I don't really see him. Look, Mikel Arteta has shown that he's quite loyal to Granit Xhaka, and he thinks very highly of Granit Xhaka. And to be fair, last season Granit Xhaka was not one of our worst players. So I don't. And plus, if that was the plan, they would have surely spoken to Xhaka about this. And I don't see Granit Xhaka as somebody who would stick around to just be on a bench for Zinchenko to come in. And listen, Lev, I'll prefer him to come in and rotate with Chiellini as left back. Okay, if you want a midfielder, go get like a Tillemans, go get a specialist this is their position. They're master of that position.
Yeah, well, the argument is he's a midfielder for Ukraine, right? And look, I'll say the same argument as I had when it came down to Ramsdale. Do you remember when we bought Ramsdale? I said we weren't dropping 32 mil or whatever it was back then on a backup goalie, and he was coming in as number one, and that proved to be the case. I can't see Arsenal dropping 30 plus mil on a backup player. I really can't.
So you think? So you think our midfield next season is Zinchenko and Thomas Partey?
More than likely with Odegaard, yeah. Because listen, he's more mobile. The only reservation I have with Zinchenko is a similar reservation, although he's a more mobile player. A similar reservation as I had with Xhaka, in the sense of Xhaka looks like a world beater when he plays international football central midfield. But then when he plays in Premier League, he doesn't, right? Now, Zinchenko is not really proven in central midfield on a regular basis in the Prem. And, you could ask the question, if he was a central midfield, why did Man City keep him? But then there's a lot of competition ahead of him. So there is that. So if I was a betting man, I think they would be initially looking to start him at central midfield on the left-hand side. But at the same time, I think, he's cover for Tierney as well. And then you could bring Xhaka in.
I don't know. I don't know. I just think there's gonna be a lot more games next season, right? FA Cup, Europa League, Premier League, Carabao Cup, and I just think, yes, I can see Zinchenko possibly playing midfield, but during early stage of Europa League or maybe Carabao Cup, I don't see Mikel Arteta dropping Granit Xhaka. This doesn't. I see people in the comments saying Xhaka is not good, and this is not about Granit Xhaka. It's about Mikel Arteta not dropping. Xhaka doesn't pick himself. We need to remember this. So we'll wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how. I mean, against Chelsea, Zinchenko was playing left back. So it's intriguing, but it's a good signing.
No, he's a good signing. He's a good signing.
It is a good signing. It's one that you can't really knock. Guys, he's won 4 Premier Leagues. He's played in a really, really good team under a really good coach. So it is a good signing. Hopefully he will come in and he would improve us.
I'm in your camp, though. I do want another central midfielder.
Yeah, I think. Listen, you can't listen. What if Zinchenko comes in midfield? Yeah. And it's not great. It's okay. It's another Mohamed El Neni. El Neni is okay. Sometimes he will do a job for you, but you're not going to win anything with him. Okay? And then you have to go back and think, well, listen, Tielemans was available. Why didn't we go for him?
But are we overlooking Lokonga? Because I'll tell you, he did look. He was one of our better performers over pre-season in that midfield. We know he's got the quality. Lokonga.
I think it's a bit.
It is a risk. It is a risk. I'm not going to lie, but he could come good. But I don't want to risk it. That's the thing.
I don't think we're in a position to take risks and let's see if this works out. I wanted them to go out like the Zinchenko, like the Jesus signing. Yeah, go out and get a proper player coming right. This is your position. Boom, sorted.
That's a signing, though. That is the Jesus signing.
Yeah, Jesus is coming.
Looks the real deal, bro. I'm not. Listen,
listen.
Don't get too excited, but.
I understand that. He's come in. He's played 2 games against a team that is not relatively known, and against Chelsea, he's looked good, right? But again, just like I have to keep some sort of consistency here, right? Just as I said, you can't judge Eddie Nketiah and say he's really good based on 2 or 3 games. I'm gonna have to say the same thing about Jesus. It's a good signing. I'm happy about what I've seen of him so far, but let's look at it at the end of next season or this season that is coming up. Let's see how many goals he's going to score for us. Let's see what his contribution is. But so far, yes, it's a good signing. He looks good. I like him. He's doing the business. But you always got that thing at the back of your head that what if he gets injured?
Yeah, that is my concern.
What if it's not working out for him in a game? You're playing against a type of defenders that they're marking him out of the game or something like this, right? He's not on form. Then you have to go back to Eddie Nketiah.
Right, that is a concern for me, not gonna lie, because I still think Eddie looks like the sort of striker right now that he needs 2 or 3 chances to get one. Whereas for me, I think I'm a bit more excited about Jesus than you are, because I think he's got the energy levels. Reminds me a lot of when we've signed Sanchez. I know it's too soon to say he is a Sanchez, but the way he took that goal against Chelsea, like if it was somebody else, I wouldn't have been confident. But the way he took that goal, the way he chipped the goalie, it was so calm. I just think he's come with a point to prove, because he's obviously had to move because City have gone and got Haaland. And when you look at his record at City, it's a good record. And he's won a lot there. So I think he's come with a point to prove. I think he's an excellent signing, especially without Champions League football. I'm actually quite surprised we did get him. So, yeah, my concern is if we do have an injury to him, that we do revert back to Eddie. And I'm in the same camp with you in that. I'm not quite sure he's of the quality and the level that we need. And there's a few things that I am worried about still. I think we need, and Arteta has said this himself, we're not saying anything negative. We're not saying anything in a sense of that hasn't been said already. Arteta feels we need a few more. And there was an interview with Edu today as well. And it seems like, they do feel they need one or two more signings to strengthen that sort of second the debt in depth, which is why we like the Zinchenko signing, because he does keep you solid if you lose someone like Tierney, and he can play in central midfield. But yeah, I'm with you. I would like to see someone like a Tielemans, or even better, a Savic come in. I don't know if Savic will come in, to be honest with you. I think it might be a bit too hard.
I'd much rather Tielemans, to be honest with you, Lev,
Why?
Because he will hit the ground running straight away, man. He's already Premier League proven. He's got Premier League experience. I know it may not be as good as a Savic, but
he's more likely to get him for a start.
Yeah, that, and also I just think he will settle in.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. 1 second. I'm getting someone knocking. I'm on a podcast. Thank you. Sorry about that. Family life.
Yeah, I
did tell them.
I just think Tielemans will start contributing a lot quicker than Savic, potentially, because he's Premier League proven. And this is something I said at the beginning of the window. I said I'd much rather us go for players that are already established in Premier League, because we're in a position where you can't really afford another poor season. Look, we've made 2 signings. Let's have it right? That would improve us instantly. Mm-hmm. Zinchenko and Jesus, because we struggled in those positions. A long time ago, I put out a tweet that, again, we purchased a player that is out injured. And everyone told me, oh, you this, you're that. He's just a little protection. He's going to be back playing in America. That guy is still out injured, Fabio Vieira. So that's not the best of starts to his Arsenal career, but we'll leave him out for now, right? So those 2 players we've purchased, that will make us better, right? But there are still issues in central midfield. 1 injury away from a problem with Thomas Partey. And outgoings is still not sorted. So there's a lot of players that need to be sold, or they need to be got rid of. And you also got to consider that the teams around you as well, because you can improve, but other teams around you can improve a lot more. So we need to consider all of this, because I think that something about Arsenal fans that I picked up quite a lot on Twitter, and I don't know why, but majority of fans, they think Jesus is now the best striker in the world, or Zinchenko will make that much of a difference to our team. I genuinely have seen this, that we should be going for the title. And it's when you see things like that, so you're going to question that, based on what? What you see that you makes you think we should be going for title?
Should we not, listen, I agree in the sense of it's a big ask right now. What we should be aiming for is top 4 being realistic. But I mean, I saw Edu's interview earlier, and he's the same. He's saying we should be aiming to win things, and that's it. So
yeah, he said nothing about trophies will do. And you know what? There is a chance that at the end of the season, we will not get a trophy again. It's not a slim chance. It's a good chance.
Why?
I don't know. I think realistic trophy that we can potentially aim for is an FA Cup or Carabao Cup.
Europa? Is that not realistic?
I don't know, man. I don't know about Europa League. All you need is a couple of big teams from Champions League dropping in there. There's already a couple of decent teams in there. And you got Mikel Arteta that will bring you a surprise last minute and with some rubbish. And I don't think we've improved so much for me we should be winning that Europa League, We'll probably get to semi-final, quarter-final, maybe even a final.
I don't know. You know what? If teams that I've seen other teams, Rangers got to the final of Europa last year, bro, and their team is nowhere near as good as this team we've got.
No, I
right?
agree
So,
with you, but
no,
Leicester
we
won the
can win
league
the Euro.
as
We
well,
can
Gav.
win the Euro.
You say,
Yeah,
oh, Leicester won the league.
yeah. So it can be
Things
done.
like this do happen.
All right. Okay. So then we should be aim for the moon, and you know, if you miss it,
No, listen,
whatever, you
listen.
aim for the stars, you land on
I'm
the
not
moon. They
saying
say,
we
innit?
shouldn't aim for these things. I'm saying we should aim for. We're looking to win the Europa League. Yeah, I'm saying we should be looking to win that. Whether we win it or not is a different thing. And going back to what Edu has said, if he doesn't win a trophy, so that means is that the end of the road for Mikel Arteta?
A 3-year plan has now become a 5-year plan. That's the one thing I would say. However, look, on a positive note as well, Saliba. Remember I said, and I hope you guys in the chat back me up on this, and I think I might have had this convo with Tom and a few others, and they suggested not quite yet. Remember I said that if he comes back, he is claiming one of those two centre back positions.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Mate, now you tell me, did you see him play against Chelsea?
I saw bits and bobs, yeah.
The
he was
guy
good,
is quality.
Listen, if you're talking about a ball-playing defender, yeah, I think he's already better than Ben White.
I agree.
And that's one thing that's will make me think, are they looking at Ben White as a right back now?
Well, no, we might need him as a right back because the one thing I will be concerned about is Tomiyasu being injury prone. Hold on, can I just address this? Look at this. Judith Douglas, right? Or is it Judtin? I'm not sure. I was going to stick to Judith. Lev has to be the most pessimistic fan I've seen. Expectation with a real low. He's just on getting out. What are you talking about? Are you even watching this show? Can anyone here in this chat say I've been pessimistic since the start of this show? What is Judith talking about? Have a word with yourself. Anyway, carry on, bro. Sorry.
No, it's all right. I just think, listen, I see a couple of people saying on the chats that we're going to finish third. And I'm like, what do you see that will make you think you finish third? But again,
well, hold on a minute. I will say this again, and I hope you're listening, Judith. Why can't we get third?
So, apart from City and Liverpool,
if we add one more central midfielder,
we're talking about as we are, right? Because we don't know what's getting added on. We may not even sign anybody. Look, Tielemans' business, right? Again, it's one of those things that if you wanted Tielemans, you would have got it by now. Or they say
I agree, but then it could be that we're looking at others first and knowing that Tielemans there. And Justin, if your name's Justin, learn to spell it because you spell it as Judtin. Yeah, have a word with yourself. Sorry, bro.
I just think. No, man. I think it's a bit. I think. Look, listen. Do you think we'll finish above Tottenham?
I'll tell you what. I
no,
don't
no.
think.
Yes or no? As we are today.
It's going to be close. I don't think Spurs' signings are as good as people think.
Look, listen.
I do think Spence
any of Tottenham's strikers will walk into our midfield. Would walk into our team. Sorry. Tottenham strikers, right? They will play for us, right? Harry Kane, Song, they will start for us, right? Basuma walks into our midfield.
That's the one thing that one bothers
me. As things are right now, Lev, yeah, they've got a better strike force than us and a better midfield than us. That will mean that we'll get. I know it's Tottenham. I know we all hate Tottenham, but sometimes you've got to be realistic and look around you, man. They've got a better manager than us. Okay, so that's Tottenham. Chelsea. I know we beat Chelsea 4-0, yeah, but you know this preseason game is not a measure of how the season will plan out. Okay, Chelsea they signing Koulibaly. I know they're going to get another couple of good players. They got Sterling as well. Okay, they got a decent manager. So in order for us to finish third, you've got to finish above Tottenham, Chelsea, Man United. I haven't even discussed Man United because last season we finished above them as it is. But they've got a good manager now. So you've got to understand and accept these things. There's no point sitting there, we'll finish about Tottenham, they're shit, they're this, they're that. I'll tell you something. If we signed Perisic, yeah, he would start for us at left wing.
I don't know. Would he? Ahead of who?
I think he would.
Maybe when you need experience. Yeah, when you need experience in the big games, yeah, I agree. He's very useful to have.
He's still a quality player.
Dylan's come up with a really good point, though.
Go on.
And 99% of the teams, Tottenham strikers, people like Harry Kane would get into their side.
Yeah, but we're talking about us finishing third now. We're not talking about other teams.
Okay, Richarlison.
I'm not being negative.
I'm a bit doubtful about Richarlison.
These are just facts. I didn't even talk about Richarlison, yeah? But these are just facts that people need to understand and accept. It doesn't mean I'm negative. You need to open your eyes and see the competition around you. You can't just look at yourself and don't compare yourself to anybody else around you and say, yeah, we're good. Because if you do that, yes, Jesus, fabulous signing, amazing, world-class. Zinchenko, world-class. Partey, world-class. Everybody world-class. Because you're not comparing yourself to nobody else.
Listen.
But you need to look at your competition. Who are you competing next season with? You agree with me that Man City and Liverpool, unless something drastically goes wrong and they have a shit season, they'll be finishing first and second, right?
Yeah,
let's say most likely.
So there's the two positions left, is what you're saying,
right? No, I'm saying for people who are saying we'll finish third, yeah, that means you have to finish above Tottenham and above Chelsea, above Man United. So these are the teams that we're competing with. Let's have a right. Yeah, Chelsea, Man United.
Chelsea great last season though, Shaheen?
No, but they finished above us.
Only because of the start of the season they had.
But at the end of the season, they finished above us. We had a decent run middle of the season. What happened at the end? You need to look at the end of the season. Listen, they finished above us. Tottenham finished above us.
I know, right? But only by a point.
Hold on. We've improved. I agree, right? And I give credit when it's due. We've improved. Fabulous, right? But we have not improved enough for people to turn around and say we'll finish third. I don't think we're that good to now saying comfortably we'll finish above everybody else except Man City and Liverpool.
All right. Let me ask you a question then.
If things goes wrong drastically for them,
what would Arsenal have to
do?
I
just say something else as well, Lev, before you go? Yeah. See, this.
Someone's put a comment. And by the way, Justin said it was
Stop worrying about Spurs, for fuck's sake. No, this is wrong. You should look at who you're competing with. You can't say, yeah, let's forget about Spurs. No, they're there. They're better than us. You have to consider this. You can't just close your eyes and say, right, this is what Arsene Wenger. Forget about everybody else. We play football like this. Let's go out and play against everybody, and we'll see what happens. And you go out and you lose 5-0 to Bayern Munich. You've got to look at what's around you, who you're competing. Sorry, my friend, go on.
So, what I was going to ask you, stop annoying Shaheen in the chats. Or actually, carry on. It makes me laugh. What do Arsenal have to do, in your eyes, to make you feel more like, I think we can compete?
I would have felt a lot more comfortable had we got somebody like a Basuma in, had we got a Tillemans in. You know, I would have thought. Well, no, Basuma is not coming in anymore. But I would have thought, right, our midfield is now solid. Yeah, it's good. We've got Saliba back. We've got Zinchenko is here. That's good. Saliba Saliba, White, and Gabriel, 3 really good centre backs.
And White can play right back to cover for Tomiyasu now, which I would prefer. Yeah.
Midfield is sorted. We've got strike forces that are decent. Right, that can score goals. I would have said at this point, I would have looked at a different type of striker to Gabriel Jesus, and then I would have felt a lot more comfortable about the team that we have.
Okay, so what if we go out? What if we go out and we get Tielemans? Yeah,
but Tielemans is not going to cover Thomas Partey issue.
No, he's not. But then again, Lukonga might. But look, listen, you know me, yeah? I've been saying we need another DM. I've always said we need another DM. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. I really am not. I think maybe they've looked at it and gone, right, El Neni could cover it. But Lukonga might come good because Lukonga's in his second season now. He'll you know, he might come good. He's getting used to the league now, and he did put in a good performance against Chelsea the other day. Not going to lie. So maybe they're thinking that could be blocking Lukonga's progression if they bring in another DM, right? So there is that. But look, I'm in the same camp as you. I would want us to get another DM. I would have gone, you know me, I would have gone a DM and another, like a box-to-box midfielder, right? And then I would have also got another striker in, but that's not going to happen. They've obviously clearly suggested that Nketiah is their man for them, you know, behind Jesus. There's even some saying that they could play together. So I'll tell you what, I think the back line is looking a lot stronger, right?
Yeah.
We can't deny that, yeah?
No.
So if we went and got Tielemans and maybe look, would you want another winger or would you want them to get two more midfielders? There's a question.
No,
Why do we need another winger?
No, I don't want a winger right now. You know, I'll go back to what we discussed a while back, and you said there are things that are necessity, and there are things that are, yeah, it would be good if we get that.
Yeah.
You know, I just think right now with the time that is left, we need to address the central midfield. That is a necessity. You know, having a winger is not a necessity.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, you could even go and get a Wijnaldum or someone like that for a season if they wanted to. If they want to wait till Lukonga comes in.
You see, what I don't get is why. What is the holdup? So you're either saying, because I'll be very honest with you, right? I don't believe a single word of what Edu and Arteta come out and say on these interviews and these press conferences. They're not going to come out and say, there's no chance Edu will come out in his interview and say, right, we're done for the season now. Done for the season.
Even Arteta said he needs a couple more.
Of course they would say that. They're not going to come out now and say, right, we're done, that's it. We're not looking to bring any more players in. We're just looking for outgoings. Because everyone's going to be like, oh, what's going to happen to a central midfield position? They'll probably say, oh, we tried. Yeah, we said we need one or two. Because now, if nobody's having a go at them, I'm not suggesting that we should. But I'm just saying, everyone's now saying, yeah, well, they said we need a couple of players, so let's see. Season is about to start soon.
The first 11 is looking stronger. Sorry, I'll be with you in a second, Wayne. First 11 is looking stronger. My concern is, under the surface, we're still a little bit short. The back line is stronger. You can't deny that, right?
Yeah, but how much stronger are we looking?
A lot stronger with Saliba.
If you put that in context of other teams around us as well, if they've improved, I don't know, let's say 60%, how many percent would you say we've improved?
Hold that. Wayne, thank you, bro. Hope you're well. Thank you for your support and super chat. Morning, guys. It was great watching the Arsenal live in Orlando. I disagree, Shaheen. We have improved a lot, and I believe
nothing new here, Wayne.
And I saw him getting all pally with Lee Judges, and Lee Judges getting pally with Edu. You know what the ironic thing, and thanks for that, Wayne. The ironic thing is these lads, these fans, the one thing they get that we don't get is more access with the players and all of that when they do go on these tours abroad. Because I don't know, it's like because they're abroad and you know there's not that many fans usually out there, and all the fans conversing together, they get more access to the likes of your Edus and the players, whereas we don't get anywhere near them unless we stand outside the ground for hours and maybe catch them as they're driving out. So, I mean, that's one good thing, you guys get access to them. So I'm glad you got access to the likes of Lee Judges and the players out there, Wayne. It's deserved. You guys deserve that. But look, what was you asking? You was basically asking how we've improved.
To you, we've improved. You said we've improved our first 11, and I agree. We have improved, right?
Yeah, Zinchenko's an improvement.
Yeah,
that's more depth.
Zinchenko will make us better.
That's better than what we had last season. That's better than last season.
Jesus will make us better.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not even discussing Fabio Vieira.
Hold on.
He's an unknown entity.
He's meant to be a quality signing, and people are asking.
He's meant to be, yes, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything from him. Okay. Jesus, we both are saying looks good, looks sharp. Yes, good signing. Guy has been on a medical bed since he's come to Arsenal. So we'll leave that for now.
You mean Vieira? Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say if other teams around us, teams that I'll even narrow it down. Teams that we're competing with, likes of Chelsea, Man United, Tottenham, and
I think we're ahead of Man United right now. No.
Yeah, I would say so. But Man United, they've got a decent manager, and I'm surprised that they haven't made They've got who did they signed? Martinez.
Yeah.
Who else they've signed?
They've been trying to sign De Jong for, I don't know for how long now.
Yeah, but they haven't signed.
No.
I think they've signed Martinez only. No, I'm sure they must have signed one or two, but I don't know. I don't follow.
They're
them.
struggling at the moment to draw the players.
Yeah, but essentially we'll be competing with them. Yeah. So if they've improved, let's say 60%, 50%, how many percent would you say we've improved? Considering the issues we had last season that we needed to improve on and address, etc.
Getting a striker that can get you 15 to 20 goals a season is massive improvement. You can't deny that, bro. If we had Jesus last season, we would have made top 4. That's a big statement, but it's true. No? If Jesus played for us instead of Lacazette, would we have made top 4? That's my question to you.
Probably.
Well, there you go then. So Jesus is a massive signing. I think you're underrating the Jesus signing. I think
I'm not. I said it's a great signing.
I said good. You said good.
Fantastic. Huh?
You said good.
No, I said what?
You said he was a good signing.
Yeah, no, I said, look, it's a good signing. It's a great signing, yeah. But Jesus is not a world-class player. It could be, not right now.
I think he's. If he's not, he's on his way. Definitely. And listen, look, he's ahead of Richarlison in the international team, right? Spurs have gone and got Richarlison.
Yeah, I'm not really bothered about that.
So there you go. So then it's the Kane-Son situation. If Kane got injured and they have to rely on Richarlison for half a season.
Let me ask you this, Levy. Do you think Chelsea, Tottenham, and Man United, they've got a better squad than us?
Man United, no. The names are big, but they're not performing.
Who's that?
So you said Man United, yeah? I don't think Man United have got. I don't think not right.
I'm only mentioning these three because we'll be competing with them.
Man United, I think we're ahead of Man United.
I agree.
Now, here's a question: Have Chelsea replaced Lukaku? I can't even remember.
No, they've got Raheem Sterling in. I think they're going to play Havertz up front, and they're talking. I think I heard they talk with a couple of strikers that they need to get in.
Well, look, if they don't get a quality striker,
they might even be in for Ronaldo.
Even that, I don't think improves them. I mean, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a world-class player, but he's not at his best anymore, is he? He's like, I don't know. Do you know what? It depends on what Chelsea do up front. If they don't go and get a world-class striker or someone really, really good that's going to get them 20 goals a season, whatever.
Well, they got Sterling, Havertz.
Yeah, but Sterling a false nine the whole season. They're not Man City, bro. They're not Man City. They're not Man City. They can't play.
I didn't.
Werner is way overrated for me. Havertz is quality. Is he an out-and-out striker? No, he's not.
I agree.
Right?
But do you think they have a better squad than us?
Maybe in depth they do. Yes,
just
at the moment.
Squad. Yeah,
in depth at the moment.
Have got a better squad than us.
Now that they've added to midfield, potentially, I'll have to say yes at the moment. If we add a bit more into midfield, I don't think we're far off them at all.
Okay, but at this minute,
as it stands right now,
25th of July, you have to say they've got a better squad than us. Would you say that they've got a better manager than us?
A more experienced manager, yes. At the moment, yeah. I would I have preferred Conte? Probably so. But then again, would Conte have stayed for a big project like this, though, bro? He wouldn't have. He would have wanted to come in and spunk loads of money. That's what he would have wanted to do.
Anyway, listen, I think for me, right, I think we've improved, definitely. Right?
Party backup is 100% needed.
Party backup is 100% needed. I think another midfielder, because if you're talking about bringing Zinchenko and dropping Xhaka, right, I think you could have done a lot better than bringing Zinchenko and dropping Xhaka.
How do you feel about having Xhaka as a backup, though?
I'm all right with that, but I don't think he's going to be backup.
I don't know, man. Listen.
I
would prefer us to sell Xhaka and bring in someone like a Tielemans, right?
Yeah, I agree.
But if he look, Zinchenko, I'm still have my doubts as a CM through the whole season. It's still
I agree with you.
It's still a bit of a risk, in my opinion, right?
I
If he
agree with
plays
you.
and he proves not to be 100%, then what do you do then? That's my only issue. Go and get. Listen, if I had a choice between a DM and a winger, I'd go and get another DM. Because, listen, we have our options, and if we sell Pepe, you can still go and get another midfield winger if you want. But then again, Vieira can play out wide too. So how many wingers do we want? Yeah, he's an AM, an attacking midfielder that can play in the 10 or out wide.
Yeah, again, I'll go back to the point that I think we got to address the midfield problem now rather than a midfield issue, a winger issue, because we can do without not having a winger. There's a second striker as well, but I think we've established that they're not going to buy a second striker.
Listen, if we've got the money and they go and get a midfielder and a winger, fine. I'm happy with that. But if it's one or the other, then for me, it has to be someone in midfield that can...
There's another thing I
was
must
brilliant
say.
The other day, by the way.
There's another thing I must say as well. I have to give credit to the recruitment team at Arsenal for bringing players in early. It's not something we've done before. They brought in Jesus early, Zinchenko early.
Yeah. Pre-season, we look a lot more up for it than we have the other.
This is the whole point of bringing in early, so these players can gel. We normally let the season start. We'll play 3 or 4 games. Last minute, we're looking for bargains, and it may happen, it may not happen. But this time around, I have to give them credit for bringing players early, which is what I like.
Yeah, we were saying.
I'm not sure about Vieira at all because I don't know nothing about him. I've not seen anything from him. I'm doubtful of his physicality, but I like Zinchenko and Jesus. Good signings, very good signings.
We just want a little bit more before we get excited, right? We just want 1 or 2 more. That's what we want.
Yeah, but yeah. Listen, they're not. How can I say? They're not marquee. Like Gabriel Jesus is not a marquee signing. Zinchenko is not a marquee signing. They're good, solid signings.
But is it realistic?
I don't think we'll get that marquee
name without
marquee's like a proper name, a world-class player that fans will be like, wow, we've got that player. We haven't got that. Hopefully, Jesus can turn into a world-class player at Arsenal. He's got the potential. Let's see about Zinchenko. But again, 1 injury away from a disaster in central midfield.
That's always our concern, isn't it?
You've got another issue in your hand if Tierney and Partey get injured in the same time, which happened last season. Again, Zinchenko can't play 2 positions at the same time.
That's very true, and that's what when we get accused of being negative is when we actually highlight, rather than highlight all the positives. What we try to do is look at where we would look to improve. And you hit the nail on the head for me there. If Partey gets injured, then we don't have a like for like. Lukonga could come good, but I don't think he's quite there yet. And it's a pivotal position. Then if Tierney gets injured, then Zinchenko plays on the left, then you're still short in midfield. So we do definitely need another midfielder. Personally, I'd get 2. I would have got 2. Right? I would have got a DM and a box-to-box guy. But I don't think that's going to happen. And also, I still stand by what I say. I still would have got another striker in.
I agree. I
never know what happens from now till then.
Yeah. There's still time. I see Tom Canton is in the chat. How are you, Tom? I hope you're well. From next Monday, we're going to be back doing our Monday podcasts at 8:00 with Tom, Mo, Lev, and myself. I'm not going to be around, sadly, because I'm traveling.
So why'd you say yourself then?
Sorry?
Why'd you say yourself then? Why'd you say you're not going to be
on? I'll only not be here for about 4 shows.
Can't you do only a whole month's worth?
Yeah, well,
can't you do live from Iran? Don't they have internet in Iran?
No, they do have internet from Iran, but I will be on holiday, Lev, so...
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking my mum away, so
I'll hold the fort
for some reasons, and I'll be busy with that. But yeah, so just keep an eye, guys, on that. Monday's 8:00 going forward.
Big up the Cantonator as well. Cantonator in the house.
Yeah, Canton is in the house.
Wait, Cantonator. I'm still waiting for this house sale with Tielemans. I thought we agreed personal terms. Is he coming or not? Like, I want him to come.
Do you know what, Lev, guys? we're going to talk about maybe one or two things, and then we're going to start answering your questions in the comments. So if you got any questions for me and Lev, put it on the comments. We'll try to answer as much. And for all of you who calling me negative or I want a world-class player, this and that, put your argument on the chat and I will address it.
All right. Wayne, thank you again for your support, bro. But if Tierney does get injured, there isn't a dip in quality of left back. Yeah, you're right. But then who covers the central midfield position? Do we go back to Xhaka again? Wayne. Well, listen, all I'm saying is I don't want us to keep doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. The issue with Xhaka, we already know. Good technically, very good at international level, would be great. He was great in the German league, would be great in another European league, but he's always found wanting that little bit in the Prem. We've all admitted it. So either he's going to be a backup, but then you got El Neni as well. I don't want to rely on the same two central midfielders. I want to see that same new energy that the Jesus brings to our forward line. I want to see that same new energy in central midfield alongside Partey. And then that way you limited the chances of him getting injured because we burn him out. We expect too much from him. And I'd rather somebody else that we can rely on in other games, maybe in the lesser games we don't need Partey. I don't know, but like I want another deal.
Look, another thing is having somebody like a proper defensive midfielder, right, would mean that the number of games that Thomas Partey will play will be less, right? So the chances of him getting injured will be less.
Also, he could play box to box. He could play a bit more forward. So if you've got a proper DM and you want to play a bit more solid, you can have a proper DM sitting in that pivot and let Partey go on and do his thing. He started shooting a lot better. His shots are a bit more accurate now, and he was known for that in Atletico.
Yeah. So the less number of games he plays, there's less chance of him getting injured.
Exactly, and that is what we're trying to say. Look, we just need more strength in depth. It's not about being negative. We just say how we feel. That's what we're here for.
What would you rate the window so far out of 10? As it is today. Today is what? 25th of July, right? So as it is today. Guys, I want to know in the chat as well. What will you guys rate the window so far as we stand today?
I'll give it a 7 right now.
What? 7?
Yeah.
Okay, no. Fair.
Why not? Right. Jesus alone. You've already said to me that if we had Jesus last season, we would have finished top 4. Right? Right or wrong?
Possibly.
So that signing alone has got to give it a 5. Right? That one signing.
Not that far.
Come on. Zinchenko.
I'll give it a 5, man.
Zinchenko is another step up in quality.
Yeah. Yeah, we already discussed this. We agreed. They both are solid signings and they'll improve us. Premier League proven.
I think 7's fair.
Got them nice and early. There's no complaints about those two at all. We'll establish
the only negative, and Martin's hit the nail on the head for me, Martin AFC 81, thank you, bro, is outgoings. Maybe the outgoings knock it back a little bit right now. Maybe you could say 6.5 without the outgoings. We need the outgoings out, but 6.5 to 7, I think. AK, come on, you Gunners. Thank you for your support. Partey and Tierney positions are the most important backups that need to be addressed for 2 seasons already. We must get Partey back up ASAP. Thank you, bro. We've been saying that for the last 2 seasons. We do need a Partey backup. I do agree with that. I'm not gonna go against that. If we got a Partey backup,
let me just put something out. Yeah. This guy has been having a go at me, since he started watching. Yeah, oh, you're negative. You're this. That. Fuck. If I'm negative, mate, don't watch me.
You can be a bit negative sometimes.
Plus, I'm seeing what is actually happening around us, and I'm talking about it. That doesn't make me a negative. I just praised 2 signings that we had, right? And I said, I want more. I failed to see how that is negative. 1. 2, if you're seeing what's happening around you, you're discussing the competition, the signings they made, just because I'm saying that's better than us, it makes me a negative fan.
They call him Neg Ryan. That's what his nickname is. Look, so you asked me, let me ask you, what would you give it then? The window. You haven't answered. What would you give it?
I'll give it a 5, mate.
A 5?
Yeah, as it is right now, I'll give it a 5, and that 5 is because of Jesus and Zinchenko. That's it. The outgoings are still.
Yeah, but you don't know what Vieira's going to do. So
Yeah, I don't know, so I can't really rate something that I don't know.
I think where we can knock it
Could
down
flop.
is the outgoings. We got to knock it. You
No,
could knock it
outgoings.
down.
Listen, outgoings is still an issue, right? And incomings, there is still we're short at midfield, and I would have liked to see a better backup for Jesus than
Yeah, I agree.
So based on that, I'll give it a 5. I don't think we can count Saliba as a new signing, so I don't think
he's like a new signing though.
Yeah, but we knew what's coming in, right? So for me, it's a 5.
All right, I'll probably have to say now that I've thought it through, I'm being a bit over. Maybe I'll say 6 for now, and I'll reserve judgment, right? And that's only because we've still got a lot of deadwood.
I know Canton is in the chat, right? Tom, can you tell me what would you rate out of?
He said 7.5 already.
Did he say 7.5?
Yeah, man. That means one more signing, and he'll be on like the 9s.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Trust Canton to come up with 7.5. Fuck's sake.
Well, positive.
No, but listen,
positive Tom, innit?
Again, for people who got hearing issues, yeah, and they're not really sharp up there. I'm going to repeat this again.
We can't say that.
No, no. Let me finish this, right? Because I say what I say, right? And then all they come back to me is, you're negative. You just said the transfer window. I've already praised the 2 windows that we made, the 2 summer transfers signings that we made. I said they're good, solid signings. I can't comment on Vieira because I don't know much about him. This is not negative. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. This is not a negative thing. There's still a lot of outgoings comes in that needs to go out. And I think a midfield needs to be addressed still. So listen to what I'm saying before you come out and write crap in the comments and the chat. And me discussing what's going on around us, again, it doesn't make me a negative. You need to open your eyes and look at your competition. If you're going on a race and there's 6 people that you're doing, I don't know, you're running from point A to point B, you're going to say, I don't care about anybody else. I'm just going to do my thing. Of course, you look at who you're competing with, and you need to do that now.
Fair dues.
Yeah, because I know people will come up with shit now.
No, but Mohammed, in his defense, so good they named him twice. I'm sorry, Shaheen. He says, I can't stop watching you. Look, I respect your opinion. I was just deliberately trying to get under your skin. And I think people do that because of your reaction.
You've done a good job there, mate. Well done.
Keep going, guys. Keep going. It's box office.
No, that's it. I'm gonna.
Yeah, look, I said 7. I said 7 initially. Maybe I'll say 6 for now, only because somebody has highlighted, and I would agree with you, that the outgoings are still an issue. Are we
outgoing the midfield?
Yeah. The fact that the midfield still needs working on. And personally, if I had a choice between winger and striker, I'd go striker. If one more striker, I'd be really happy. Because people talk about wingers, but let's not forget that if we get another striker that's different to Jesus can also play as one of the 3 out wide. He's done that before.
That is a really good question, Lev.
Yeah.
Guys, come on. I want to hear your answers as well in the chat. Please don't come up with something silly like 1st or 2nd or 3rd. Or, okay, if it's your opinion, generally 3rd, I'll respect it. But try to have some sort of a logic behind it as well. Canton, I know you're watching as well. I'll expect an answer from you as well. Where do you think we'll finish with this squad? So it's as it is now on 25th of July. So Canton says top 4.
What, ahead of who? Ahead of who? That's a good question. Listen, it's a race for top 4 between us and Spurs right now. That's how I feel.
Where do you think we'll finish?
4th or 5th. If we get another midfielder and we got someone like a Skamaka to play that second striker role, I'd say defo 4th. Right now, it's borderline between 4th and 5th.
Right now, I would say 5th unless Chelsea and Tottenham have a disaster of a season.
Well, if Chelsea don't sign a striker, it might be a worse season for them than you think. They didn't end that season really well, bro. And look at the way they did pre-season. They're meant to be fighting for that position.
Look at this guy. I said UEFA qualification. That's top 4 or a Europa League win.
So he's hedging his bets,
come up with straight answers.
Why would we let Scamacca go? Someone like Scamacca. Should we answer some questions then?
Yeah, go on. You do the questions.
Can you
hold
see
on.
some?
You said what? 4th or 5th? Yeah.
Yes, it's between 4th
Okay,
and 5th.
I think
Right
as things are now today, 5th. Unless, as
all
I
right,
said,
so we're not
Chelsea
far
and
off.
Tottenham.
All right, so if they had another midfielder, what would they need to do? What would they need to sign to make that a 4th?
We need to sign 3 players, in my opinion.
3.
Backup for Thomas Partey, a really good central midfielder. So basically, you need to, and I would like a solid backup for Jesus.
Yeah.
I think we could do with wide players. If we sign these three players, I'll feel a lot more confident about finishing. I would say even as far as 3rd.
If we get 2, I would say 4th. So if we get a central midfielder and a striker, I would say we're definitely going to finish in the top 4. And if you don't like that, why not? Why not? There you go. It's like you're saying 6th. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, should we look at some questions? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know Huey's in the house. What's up, Squidly? Let me give some shout outs first. Hugh, Jatin, Schrodinger's cat flap. I don't know what Schrodinger's cat flap. Why not? Martin, Johan, Teng, K-Man.
Fitz in the house.
Fitz in the house. Wayne, obviously. AT. Jason O. There's loads of you.
Yeah, AK. Come on, gonna Teng Wang. 101 Arsenal.
And what did everyone think of the Edu interview as well, by the way? Tom, if you're listening, what did you think of the Edu interview? Okay, so let's look at
some to these interviews anymore, man, because they just come out and tell you something tell you what the fans need to hear, and that's it.
Okay, so where are these questions at, guys? I can't see any. Can you see any? I can see a lot of comments, but no questions. Boys, you lot got us for about another 9-10 minutes. If you want questions, then drop them now because, I got shit going on.
The 101, Shine, behave yourself. Eddie is just as good as a striker. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I still don't trust Eddie.
Games.
I still don't trust Eddie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't trust Eddie 1-on-1 the way I would trust Jesus. Put it that way. You know that chip that Jesus hit against Chelsea?
Yeah.
If that was Eddie, I wouldn't have been confident. I would have thought he would try to slide it underneath him and not hit it hard enough. Also, another thing, as good a player as Saka is, he really needs to work on his finishing, man. He never hits the ball hard enough in the final third when he's got a chance. He's not decisive enough. He's got to be more decisive. K-Man, which Man City reserve team player should Arsenal bid for next?
Do you know what, Lev? I was thinking about this, yeah? Do you remember when Man City started spending money and buying players, yeah?
Yeah.
They came and they signed a bunch of our players. Do you remember?
Mm.
They signed Adebayo, Nasri. Sanya went for free.
Yeah, Sanya went.
Nasri. Adebayo, Nasri.
Clichy.
Yeah. And I
Toure.
Toure.
Did Toure go there?
No, they didn't.
He went Liverpool, didn't he?
Yeah, no, they didn't.
No, didn't he? No, it was Yaya Toure.
No.
Yeah,
but now the situation is kind of turned around, and that kind of shows how much we have fallen as a football club. That we used to have top players that when people wanted to get to the next stage would have come pinch players from us. Now Man City are there, and we are now going to pinch players from them.
Yeah, but listen, to be honest, with the quality that City had, or have, Carlo Toure did go City. I knew I was right.
Yeah.
Some of them, they're only going because they want more game time. Jesus being one example, Zinchenko being another. So I don't mind them signings. It's not like we're getting their dross, shall we say. These guys...
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
But they didn't get our dross either. I'm just saying, as a club, look where we've kind of fallen and how much they've gone up and how much we've come down.
Look at this question by Fitz. Why are Arteta sexuals so delusional? I'm so sick of like, all right, bro, you Fitz, I love you, bro. But like, what is this Arteta sexuals or Arteta out? So like, why isn't it just people with differing opinions, bro? Like,
Lev, I agree with him to a certain extent
yeah, but
because
what
there
is
are
an
some
Arteta
people.
sexual, bro?
There
Like,
are some
it's just
people
somebody
out
that
there.
doesn't agree with you. That's more on the manager's side. These people
No,
have always existed.
Yeah, listen, there are some people out there, right, that they think Mikel Arteta he can't do any wrong. There's unconditional love for him. That he can't make any mistake. If he says something, oh my God, Mikel said this, so good, and this and that,
So you think that
without any facts.
I see what you're saying. In a sense, it's not warranted. It's like he's a legend already, kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
I don't get it. He's made a lot of mistakes, during his time at Arsenal, all down to the fact that he's inexperienced, he's
yeah, but we
learning.
knew that was coming. We knew that was
Yeah,
coming,
I
didn't we?
understand that. But for them people to unconditionally support him and think, yeah, he's the best thing that has ever happened to this club, I don't
But
get
aren't
that.
we all a bit delusional as fans sometimes, bro?
Yes,
Like
we are,
sometimes I go in thinking we're going to
but
do
to a
something
degree,
and we get
man. To a
spammed.
degree.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Let's have a look at some more questions. There's some more here. Why not? I didn't see your questions, bro. If you want me to answer them, stick them in. Is one of them wise? Have a word with your boy. That was one of the questions. Hold on. I saw some more here. Rohan. Don't mess with a Rohan. Question. If we don't win Europa or get top four after spending 300 million in 3 seasons, would you sack Arteta? And if you do, who would you get in? It's a bit soon to decide who I'd get in, but personally, how I feel about that. I want my team to, if we're spending that sort of money and we're not getting into top four and we're not progressing, then personally, yeah, I would have to look at that and say, we've spent a lot of money. Sorry, Mikel, loved your ideas, but we got to move on. That's
Lev,
how I would think about it.
past 2 seasons, nobody in Europe have spent more money than us.
Yeah, but we needed to. We were that far behind everyone.
But the money that we spent and what the positions that we're finishing is a little bit of a discrepancy.
Our egg dropping in a question here. Who could we sign at right wing for Saka competition and rotation? Any ideas, Shaheen?
I don't think we need to. I think we need to sign possibly a backup for Thomas Partey, a central midfielder, and a backup striker. I think we can do with another season of players playing on wide positions. We can get away with that. I think the core needs to be addressed better.
I'll ask people in the chat as well. Yeah, what would you prefer, another striker or winger? Let me see. Hugh Merisa. What does Arsenal have a better chance of doing? Getting top 4 or winning Europa League?
Winning Europa League.
But we should be going for both. Let's be honest, right? But listen, it's realistic. It can be done. We've got decent. We started to get a decent squad together. I can see it, but we always listen. The one thing that does worry me, and the one reason that we get accused of being negative, is based on what we've seen in the past. We always leave ourselves 2 or 3 players short. We've done it historically. So why people get annoyed when we say it, I don't understand. Johan Sherian, is it just me, or do you think with Tavares going on loan, we'll be short at left back cover? We got Tierney and you got Zinchenko, no?
Yeah. As we speak, we've got those 2.
Yeah. Whom do you fear most, Spurs, United, or Chelsea? Don't fear anyone, bro. And which 2 are we going to finish above? I definitely feel like we'll finish above United.
Yeah, I think Chelsea and Tottenham.
I don't know. It depends on what happens in these next few weeks in the window. Ask me that again. Thibaut, ask me that again in a few weeks.
I think Chelsea and Tottenham, unless something drastically goes wrong.
Oh, this is a good question. This is a good question. I'll ask you this, Sheen. Will Eddie get more than 10 Prem goals?
I don't know. Genuine answer, I don't know. He's just he'll maybe do 10.
You think so?
Yeah, because I think Jesus will start most of the Premier League games. I think Eddie will start a lot of cups maybe. Because Jesus is our main and proper striker, so I see him starting Premier League games. So yeah, maybe 8 or 9 goals at best.
To be honest with you, if he got 10 Premiership goals, in his first season as a a second choice striker or whatever many games he plays, comes on, whatever. 10 goals, it might be pretty decent for his first season. Like properly. But my concern is I wouldn't want to rely on Eddie if Jesus gets injured. We've said that a million times now. So
I don't get the loving again that Eddie Nketiah is get based on a run of 5 or 6 games, and everybody thinks he's the world beater now.
I agree.
Everybody before those 4 or 5 games, every single person who's now giving loving for Eddie Nketiah, before those 4 or 5 games, they wanted him gone. They
100%.
didn't want him to offer. They didn't want Arsenal to give him a new contract.
100%.
Now
that was my thing. That's he had that little
based on 4 or 5 games.
Yeah,
he's now some sort of like a quality striker. Now he's like, oh, he's a top quality finisher. Oh, he's great. He's this, he's that. No, he's the same player that you all want gone.
Wayne asked, don't you think that the football that the squad is playing now has improved from last season? What impressed me the most watching on Saturday? The high press. Listen, Wayne, 100%. There's no denying that we do play that high press quite well now. Question is, implementing it throughout the course of an entire season. It's a very physically demanding way of playing. And if you don't have the strength in depth of the squad, we saw what happened to us last season. And I still feel we have a few missing that we need in depth. That's it. If you're going to play that high press game, it's inevitable you're going to get some injuries. So we need the level not to drop dramatically from that first 11 or whatever it is that we have. So yeah, I think that's it, man. I mean, we've been going for what, an hour? It's been good to have this chat. We needed this. Oh, let's have one more. Neil Salesman. Question: if Partey needs backup, then surely Saka needs one. Shaheen was saying he needed a rest last season as he looked knackered. If he gets injured, who can replicate what he does as Pepe has failed? Well, look, we're going to sell Pepe, I'm hoping. Someone's suggesting they might be giving Pepe another chance. I don't know. But did you see his tweet? He come out giving it, I've changed, I'm really working hard this season. He's obviously trying to stay, isn't he?
I don't know. Maybe there's not a lot of teams that want him, and he's looking at this thinking, maybe the best chance for me to buckle up and just play here, which I'll prefer, because there is a player in there, and there's a really good player in there. So if he can because there's been times that he's come on and he looks just extremely passive.
Yeah,
whatever.
He is a very frustrating player to watch.
Yeah, if he can sort that out, I think he's the best dribbler in the club, and I think he's got pace, he's got trickery. I would much rather us work things out and keep him than sell him, because nobody's going to pay anything near £70 million for him. You know, if somebody comes in and pays 15-20 million for him, I'll bite their hand off. But
one last one I want to ask, bro. This one here. Are you concerned by the lack of height and physical? Yes, Mark. This is what we've been saying. 100%, bro. That's one of our concerns is we don't have someone different to a Jesus. Some people will say Eddie, not quite sure. But yeah, if it was me, I would go and get somebody else.
There's another thing I want to say, and I hope Canton is watching. Yeah, I will be really disappointed if they make Martin Odegaard club captain.
Why?
I don't think he's not a club captain material. He's not.
Who would you make club captain?
It's true. I would say Tierney, but then there's an argument that Tierney doesn't play that much. But then I would say Mertesacker was a club captain. He didn't play for the whole season. I actually would, Tierney. I would say Tierney. Odegaard, he was a captain against Tottenham and Newcastle last season. Where was the leadership?
You know who I would give it to at the moment?
Oh, here we go. Good old Tom Canton. No,
I'd go Gabriel.
Yeah, he's a good shout.
You know
Gabriel.
why? Because he's physical. He you can see he gets stuck in. He leads by example. He needs to obviously be smart with his physicality and not sort of get sucked in too much with his challenges at times. But I would give it to somebody like Gabriel.
I wanted a one-on-one. It says, how can you say a guy who's captain for his national team isn't I'm not bothered about the national team, man. I don't know what the selection is or who is who and what's what. From what I've seen of him at Arsenal, I don't think he is.
He's a different type of captain, isn't he? He leads by
Yeah, but
example.
we don't need that different. We need somebody right now when you play Newcastle away or we're playing against Tottenham away to turn around and say, listen, guys, sort things out in the pitch. This is what we do. You know, people look up to him. I don't see Odegaard like that.
And the reason I like a centre-back being captain is he sees the whole game. So he can see everything that's going on. And he rallies the troops from behind. Like, you know, he could... I don't know. I like Gabriel, but...
If you look back, Lev, as well, in recent history, not so long, recent history, you're talking about people like Adams, Vieira, Bergkamp, Henry, Parla, Keown, Jens Lehmann, Sol Campbell, Fabregas. Who else that they beat Arsenal captains? Vermaelen, Van Persie. These are all like players who've got characters, players who you know you go to war with. Even Granit Xhaka. I think Granit Xhaka is more of a leader than Odegaard, 100%. But for obvious reasons, I don't think Xhaka will be the club captain.
Okay, all right. Well, look, personally as well, one thing I do have to say is I think you really underrate Odegaard as a player. I think he's a quality player. And I think this season you'll see that even more. Look, we've been going at this for an hour and 5 minutes. One more. Let's not leave it on a negative. Wait. And also, one thing I'd like to say as well, it's not football related, but I want to say a massive congratulations. I'm so proud as well to my daughter, Anais. She's just finished her degree in psychology and she finished with a first-class honours. Yeah? So there you go. Done. First class honours, celebration. I'm really proud. So on that note, man, let's hope Arsenal do a bit more business, push us over that a little
just
bit
before
more.
We go,
yeah,
you see you, Canton, yeah? I want to see you outside right now. Me and you, we go outside. We sort out with this Odegaard business. Doesn't want Odegaard. Reference Vermaelen. Vermaelen was a better leader than Odegaard.
That's our next show, our podcast. Shaheen versus Canton. Versus Canton.
Me and you,
coming
Canton.
soon,
outside.
Live. Yeah. That's it, guys. So listen, on that note, it was. I'm really happy we're back. Sorry we've been away for a little while. And you know, keep an eye out. There's more to come. Shaheen's going to be away, so it's all on my shoulders.
Yeah,
obviously.
It's my last. Probably is my last show. Canton wanted me to go on his channel tonight as well, but I couldn't. I'll definitely miss everybody. Everybody who has a go at me. Everybody who agrees. Everybody who disagrees. I'm going to motherland, Iran, and hopefully I'll be back soon, and I'll join you guys on Monday nights and other shows, etc. But yeah,
I'll miss you, Mother Dash. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, I miss you as well. I miss everybody, and I miss the Monday night shows because it's really, really good. But make sure you message me for my predictions because we're going to start that prediction league early doors this season.
Oh, is it? We're starting early doors.
Yeah, I'll miss everybody, man, because it's fun interacting with people.
Yeah, well, look, we'll be keeping a close eye on the window from now till then. Put in your comments here if there's any shows you want us to sort of cover, any subjects you want us to cover. If you haven't subscribed, where have you been? Please do so. Also, hit the likes. And, you know, we'll look at what we've got coming up. I'm going to probably look at do something midweek. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. Does anyone want to do a show? Let me know. And we're good to go. So, on that note, this has been the Arsenal Lounge. We're back. Bit more positive, I hope. See you soon. Out of here.